who do you see yourself as? What type of conversations are you having with yourself about yourself? Like, what do you say about yourself? Hello, and welcome back to Motivational Mondays with Tumi Mkha. Yes, guys, I am back 2 Mondays in a row. I definitely think I deserve a round of applause for that. If you're not going to clap for me, I'm going to clap for myself. Okay, like, I'm really overwhelmed with the support that I received from you guys, from my friends, from strangers. Okay, and I know last week I spoke about how I owe it to the 40 who keep coming back to watch my videos, and I had about, well, right now setting I have about 73 views, which is, it's a pickup from my previous few videos that I have, not comparing it to last year with this time of the year. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for the support, thank you for the feedback. I really felt motivated and encouraged to come back this week. I absolutely adore you. I love you guys. You don't understand. You give me a reason to record these videos. Okay, so I remember last week I spoke about how one of the reasons why I hadn't been recording videos is because I felt that I didn't have any wins to share with you guys. And I have a bit of a small win, right? To share. I know that's like double, small, a bit. Anyway, so I have a bit of a win to share with you guys. I'm gonna let you in a little secret. A lot of people don't know this. Only the people that are in communication with me know this. I'm currently in Limpopo, so I'm based in Cape Town. For those of you that don't know, Cape Town, South Africa. But I left 2 weeks ago, 2 to 3 weeks ago, to come home to Limpopo, where my mother is. You can kind of call it a temporary relocation because I'm working from home, and yeah. So while I've been here, last week I decided that I was going to go to one of the schools around here and give a bit of a motivational talk. So because of the coronavirus and all the restrictions and regulations, I had to wear a mask through my talk, number one. Number two, they couldn't gather for assembly, okay? So I had to go in class by class, and they had 10 classrooms that I had to go into. So I went in class by class, speaking to the kids, and at the end of the day, I was so tired of speaking. I was like, I just need water, okay? This really motivated me. I mean, some of the kids came and they're like, oh, your talk was great, and I appreciated that, but it was more for me than it was for them. Of course, I want them to get something out of it, because I feel like a lot of schools around here, they are kind of forgotten, and it's only the teachers that are involved in the schools, and most of these teachers, they don't really have the knowledge that these kids need for life outside of school, because most of them, they just leave matric and they go into some education institute, maybe university, maybe a college, and they graduate, and they never really get exposed to maybe corporate South Africa or other degrees. Especially as times move, we've got new things. So I was really just wanting to give them some of that information. But for me, it was more of what is it that I'm really passionate about. Like, I needed something to motivate myself to continue with this, for example, these videos, and also other dreams that I have aspired to in the past. So I needed to just give myself a kick and a bit of a push, you see? And that is one of the reasons why I'm back today, because I do feel motivated. I do feel like, you know what, Demi, you've got something to say and people need to hear it. I know a lot of people will come to me and they'll say, I like this, I like that. Some might disagree with some of the stuff that I say, and that's fine. Like, I don't really mind about that. But what I mind, not mind, but what I care about the most is that with every video, you getting something out of it, but that I'm also getting something out of it, because my dream is to be a motivational speaker. So we are washing each other's hands, you getting something out of it. I'm also getting something out of it because every day I'm building towards my dream. So what I really want to talk about today is, who are you to yourself? Like, when the clock strikes and you're not at work, when the clock strikes and you're not at school, when the clock strikes and it's time to sleep, your friends are not around, your family are not around, who are you? It's just you and God left. So who do you see yourself as? What type of conversations are you having with yourself about yourself? Like, what do you say about yourself? When the weekend comes and you're not working, you're not studying, it's just you. What is the thing that you think about? I think it's very important, the conversations that we have about ourselves, to ourselves, because that's really who you truly are. Okay? And until you change your mindset about yourself, to yourself, you're never going to be able to achieve anything big. I was listening to Miles Monroe this morning, and he said, until you change your mindset, nothing's going to change in your life. So you can go from living in a shack to living in a triple story. But if your mindset is still the same, you're not going anywhere. If your mindset is still the same, you're still poor. Okay? So everything starts here. And that's one of the things I was teaching the kids, is that you need to have a dream. You need to have a purpose. You need to know where you're headed. Otherwise, you have nowhere to head to. And that's just going to cause you to live a life without purpose and a life without meaning. I make this example, and it's funny because the first time I gave a motivational speech, I made this example as well. And I think it's because it's so important to know where you're headed. Okay? So I said, if you don't know where you're headed, you're just like somebody who gets into their car, puts in the key and starts and drives off, but they don't know where they're going. They have no destination. So what happens in that instant is, at some point, you will run out of petrol. Okay? And when you run out of petrol, your car's going to get stuck in the middle of nowhere. Firstly, you didn't know where you were going. So it might even be that you don't know where you are. You can get easily lost. And that's why every now and then I feel I need to pull myself back together and to go back to the drawing board. I need to go back to the start and go back to the notes that I've written in the past about my future. That's another thing. You really need to write down every idea, every plan, every dream that you have. You need to write it down. Because when the time comes and you are lost, you're going to need a navigator. You're going to need a map. And your map is the visions that you have written down. Okay, I found notes and notes that I've written in the past of what I'm going to become. And guess what? I am going to become that. I'm already in the process of becoming that. One of the things that I found when I was going through my notes recently, when I needed to really just get back my navigator, when I needed to really just get back my GPS, I found this speech that I wrote for the first motivational talk that I gave at a school. And I was moved. I was inspired. And that's what your notes are going to do for you. They are going to push you at a point when you feel lost. So you're going to open your navigator at that point when you feel like, why am I in this job? Why am I studying this? Why am I doing this? And you pull out your navigator that you wrote when you were inspired. That is the very thing that's going to keep you going. That's the thing that's going to direct you to the nearest petrol station, because you're going to know exactly where you are. So I say the petrol in a human being, right? I spoke about a car, and the petrol in a human being is your will to continue. If you don't know where you're going, if you don't know what you're doing with your life, it's very easy to get to a point where you feel no reason to continue. You come into work, you do your thing, and you leave. You do the bare minimum. And I was actually at that point where I was like, just kind of doing the bare minimum. And I was on leave for 2 weeks. Today's my first day back at work. It's Monday. And I actually said to my manager, wow, my brain's working today. I should take more leave. It's not the leave that helped. It's what I was thinking about during the leave. And I was like, Tumi, you are so great. Okay? You can't be giving this. Like, what kind of output are you giving here? It needs the kind of output that you put into your work, into your school, into your friendships, your relationships. It needs to represent who you are. And remember what I said, who are you to you? That's the person that you need to manifest when you come before other people. But it starts here. You need to know to yourself first who you are, so you are able to manifest that person. Otherwise, wherever the wind blows, you're going to go with that. I don't want this video to be too long. We'll talk more next week, hopefully. Guys, my name is Tumi Mkha. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you got something out of this. I know I definitely have learned, even in the preparation of this video. I love you tons. Please keep the feedback coming, and I will be seeing you soon. Mwah.